my crafty friend, it's Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, where when I craft, my world stands still. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a Zoyfold card. Zoyfold is spelled Z-O-Y for Zoe. Zoyfold, and there's a reason for that. I'm going to do a little bit of chatting here at the beginning, and then about 2 minutes in, I'm going to show you the actual fold. It is way easier than you might think, and it is a special fold because I know the inventors of this fold. It's Mary Gun Fun and Irene Smith. All right, let's jump right in to today's video. First of all, I have to show this off because it took me 2 full days. But I have all of my Spellbinders cardstock swatched, and I could not be more of a happy camper. First of all, it was extremely satisfying putting it all together, at the end anyway, but I'm already using it for tools, and I'm loving it. So let's see. For today's card, I'm going to be making my Roulette card with you today, and I have it all documented here. It's going to be a Zoyfold card. This was for episode 314 on April 10th, and the guest was Emily M, or Emily Moore, I think, and Mary Gun Fun. It's on every Friday night, and they spin a wheel. So the 4 parameters are Zoyfold, Easter eggs, sealing seals, and 4 squares. Now, if you don't know what Roulette is, I'm not even looking at my pencil. I can tell you what it is. It is the ultimate original card making game show challenge. Yes, I did it without looking. Anyway, it's on every Friday night, and then you get to make a card with those parameters. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Pink and Main die set that has 4 squares. It's kind of like a little window. And originally my plan was to do a whole galaxy behind here, and it did not turn out, you guys. It just looked really weird. So that is put away and I'm going to use it for something else. But I'm going to make this little window here. I'm going to cut it out twice because for a Zoyfold card, you're going to see the inside and the outside and the front and the back, if you will, of this window panel. So I'm going to cut this out 2 times. And if you see that paper, that's that white paper, it is kind of specialty cardstock. It's that white brush cardstock from Spellbinders. And I really think it is so pretty, and I just love using it. So I've got all my cardstock like everywhere in my craft room right now after doing all my swatches. So I came across this and I thought, let's use it. There's my little window. Super cute. I'm going to use those little squares that it punched out too. I do love like an essential die set from some companies, like Pink and Main has one, Trinity has one. Actually, they have multiple. So definitely check those out. Okay, Zoyfold, here we go. You start with a regular piece of cardstock, and you're going to cut it down to 5 1/4 by 4 1/2, right? So just cut it and score it just like a regular card. And then I'm going to go ahead and score my front here halfway in between 4 1/4, which would be 2 1/8. But it does not need to be on that specific score line. It's up to you. All right, that is scored. Folding it like a regular card, and then you come in and you either fold it backwards or forwards. I like it forward because that makes the Z. Right now I'm looking for my tool. There we go, my scoring buddy. And then you fold this part back. Let's give it a good press with my Trinity tool there. And then that makes a Z. Do you see the Z? Right there. Now, the oi, or the Zoe fold of it all, so the Z comes from the Z fold. The oi comes from the word joy. Now, if you don't know what a joy fold card is, a joy fold is a card that opens up regularly like a book. It opens from right to left, but also has a piece that opens left to right. So that I'm just going to cut an extra little chunk of cardstock here. Doesn't matter how big or small it is. It's actually not even important what mine is because I am going to trim it down here in just a bit. I recently heard that scoring on both sides of the paper can be helpful. I did not find that to be helpful. It actually, look at that. It's all bumpy and gross. I hated that. So I'm actually just going to cut that off again with my trimmer because I don't like when the cardstock does that. I think it's just because this is specialty cardstock, but goodbye scrap. And we'll just score that there. So again, it does not matter the size, but mine is going to be the same length of the card. So that is 5.5 tall. There you go. So there's the Zoyfold, something that opens the opposite way of the card normally. And you got the Z for the Zoyfold. All you have to do is glue that back piece on so it will actually open up. Now the window part has nothing to do with the Zoyfold, but 4 squares is part of the parameter. So I considered having this be kind of funky and have it be more of like that diamond shape, which I thought was really cool. This die is one that I do go back to often because it does have so many different fun shapes and such. Speaking of Pink and Main, I was sent this little embossing tool, which helps for heat embossing. So I'm going to be using that because it's cute and pink and I love that. And it works. So that's going to live on my desk now. And I'm just going to stamp out the words, sweet little one. That's words, sorry. Stamp out words. And you might have saw, look at those cute little animals. Those are from Pajama Crafter Stamps. And they are just so, so cute. So I did color those off camera. I'm actually only going to use 1 animal on today's card. So I'll have 3 more for another day. Going in with some white Pink and Main embossing powder. There you have it. And then I'm just going to heat set that using my reverse tweezers. I love reverse tweezers for things like this because frankly, I don't want my hands to burn and I don't want my nail polish to melt. There we go. Yes, those are my real nails. All right. I'm going to go to one of my favorite go-to die sets, which is the circle die from Trinity. It's the circle shaped die that comes with pieces to make donuts and bagels because of course. And there are 2 hearts in this set that I just adore. One is more of like a chunky heart and one is a more like bouncy heart. I don't know how else to describe the hearts, but there you go. So I did die cut out 5 of them with some rose gold kind of cardstock. Nothing is glued down at this point. It's just kind of figuring it all out. Now this patterned paper, I am such a patterned paper girl. This is called Bouquet Patterned Collection from scrapbook.com. And so that is already A2 size. So all I had to do was just cut it into some strips. It does not matter how long it is. It depends on your card. So there you have it. Now, sealing seals is part of a parameter, and Mary said on the show that magnets or Velcro could work. So I'm using these itty bitty magnets that I think are so fun. They are from the Inky Stamper, and Chelsea would love to send you an order. So go ahead and check those out on the Inky Stamper. And they're super thin, but they are strong. So they do hold up through cardstock. I was kind of testing it as I went, just so you know. If you are going to use mini magnets like this and use layered cardstock, be sure to make sure that your magnets are going the right direction. So you have a negative and positive, like just know where your magnets are. Otherwise, they will repel each other and they will not, in fact, seal. I'm just getting that out of the way. There we go. Okay, magnet's going to go on the edge of that, so it does not matter anyway. Now, I have had people ask me questions about why do you have press and seal on the back of your glue press? That's because mine keeps popping up. I am a little bit obsessed with card making. If you can't figure that out quite yet, now I'm going to tell you, I'm a little bit obsessed with card making. I always refill that glue that's in my press. So the bottle that I'm using with it, I've had for almost a year now, and I think it's just time that I need to get a new glue bottle, frankly, but I just figure why buy a new bottle when I have one? I don't know. The press and seal basically is just holding it in place. It's not that serious. Everyone is in the car is fine, Stanley. You know, it's fine. So yes, I have press and seal on the back of my glue, but it's okay. It's fine. Now, if you don't know what Craft Roulette is and you're just watching this and going, whoa, a card challenge, I want to try. Yay. We love to see new people on the Craft Roulette website, so definitely check it out. It's on every Friday night, and you get to use like all these crazy fun things from your stash. absolutely would not have made this card at all. Side note, I do not recommend using foam. I don't even know why I used foam here, but I did. But I digress. But Craft Roulette is such a fun community of just such sweet card makers. So you've got to check out Craft Roulette if you have not yet. And really, really try it. If you have not tried it and you think, oh my goodness, the parameters are badonkadonks. Yep, sometimes they are. They're a little bit crazy. But I promise you, your creativity is going to blossom. Like, full stop. It will blossom into this beautiful, artsy-fartsy, big flower. I promise you. Plus, you're going to use things from your stash that you probably would not have used. Like, they might spin a parameter. It might be railroad. And you're thinking, oh, I bought that train set and never used it. Or I have pattern paper of railroad tracks or an embossing folder of railroad tracks. And there you have it. Now you're using something from your stash that you've forgotten about. So it's super cool. Plus, some of the Craft Roulette projects are some of the most favorite projects that I have in my craft room. So they're always fun, and it's on every week. And Mary brings on different guests, and her son Steven works with her with the whole process. And their website is really, really full of fun features. And like I said, the community is just unmatched. It's so good. So definitely check it out. All right, back to my card. Just blabbing along. Okay, I am adding all of the little scrapperoos from my cardstock because I said I'm such a pattern paper girly, and I don't have the heart to hoard these, and I also don't have the heart to toss them in the recycling. So why not decorate the inside of your card? Especially when you have all these little pieces and all of the surface area to cover. I'm next going to go ahead and just add these little pattern papers to the squares because a pattern paper square is cuter than a blank square, in my opinion. Ugh. Okay. I added that blue pattern paper behind the window and it looks so weird. I did not like it. It did not go with the other pattern paper. Frankly, I thought it would look like a sky. Didn't look like a sky. So just close your eyes because I'm going to cover it up, okay? I'm using a Glassboard Studio magnet with my glassboard and just holding that in place. By the way, I do have a discount code for you to get 15% off at Glassboard Studios using my code JustineD. That is typing out JUSTINED into checkout, and that gets you 15% off. So take advantage of that. All right, I'm going to decorate the front with my little speech bubble and my cutie pie elephant. That's from the Savannah Babies stamp set. And the speech bubble is a die set from Spellbinders. Like I said, I had to cover up that pattern paper. Ugh, did not like it. So it's all covered up. Now I thought about adding these little white hearts, and I'm going to leave this in because I want you to see that sometimes even I say maybe I shouldn't add all the embellishments, but I love embellishments. I said I'm a pattern paper girly, but like embellishments are my thing. They're so good. And now I did add sparkle spots from Trinity because hello, they're amazing. I love them. And for whatever reason, I just wanted these white hearts so badly to be on this card. I even thought about putting them on the eyes of my elephant. You're going to see that in a minute here. But I ended up not using them, potentially on the dot of the eye. It's fine. All right. Like I said, everything that I used here today will have, there it is. I will have in the description. If you want to try out Craft Roulette, I do have like a little link that you can go ahead and check them out. And you can also see what I've made with Craft Roulette. This is my 53rd card and 53rd week of trying Craft Roulette challenges. And all of the lovely supplies I used are linked down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this project in the comments. So please let me know what you think, and will you try a Zoyfold? I think you should because this is super fun. Could even have like a little gift card holder in there. Just make it your own. Change up the colors, use what you got in your craft room, and have fun. That's really the best part about card making is the creative outlet. So, oh, I just can't get over the sparklies. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Be a blessing, crafty friend. Bye-bye.